couldn't get into press. So it was one way of suppressing the music.
For kids like Michael, growing up in a society that seemed to deny you access to your heritage must have been hard. I get the distinct impression that sort of rejection extended way beyond just music and radio, and more was a reaction to post-war Commonwealth migration.
Even the teachers being racist in terms of, so what would you like to be when you leave school, Michael? And I went, pilot. No, seriously, Michael, what would you like to be? And I went, I am being serious. Don't be difficult. I'm not being difficult.
Natural vibration, you know? It's like a mystic, yeah. Sweet, sweet mystic, yeah. Hey. It's like I'm at a place that I've never been before. Never been before. Talk about Jamaica. Talk about the sweet, sweet Jamaica.
Alright, so we're actually heading to the most honorable Edward Seaga suite. I guess this is a home, the original home. Then I think this is a historical part of Devon House that nobody comes to be honest with you. That's Trisha Hines.
At a place that I've never been before. Never been before. Talk about Jamaica. Talk about the sweet, sweet Jamaica.
A black woman out of a little island like Jamaica would have been so powerful, yes, in Shakespearean and English productions. Yeah. And she was just marvelous.
Talk about the islands, this is the place where Jaja seal Iman. And me a talk about Jamaica, the island, the place where birth many great and wise man. You ever stroll through Portland, Blue Lagoon, Beach Bars and a joke man. Sunshine, pretty beach with the white sand. And just the nature in the earth preserve Iman. Fruits in abundance, it does try man. I've never been before. I've never been before. Me a talk about Jamaica. Me a talk about the sweet, sweet Jamaica. At a place that I've never been before. I've never been before. Me a talk about Jamaica. Me a talk about the sweet, sweet Jamaica. Full of history, but fountain the healing mystery. The rich heritage of Marcus Garvey, and reggae falls where they way up in the mountain, and we are drink the water coming from your fountain.
I love it. I love it a lot. Ain't nothing like being back home. Trust and believe me.
Coconut water wash off the heart. Sweet, sweet sugar cane, mango and melon. Them make things say, Jaja put on the land. Jamaica stand strong. It's like a place I've never been before. I've never been before. Me a talk about Jamaica. Me a talk about the sweet, sweet Jamaica. Like a place I've never been before. I've never been before. Me a talk about Jamaica. Me a talk about the sweet, sweet Jamaica. Me a fit talk about Kingston. More love than them, more than big gun. Like a deep place where them claim full of wisdom. Hustle in a day when a night say a beer fun. In the streets a the vibes feel sweet. Nobody now fuss, everybody does agree. Stage like them a set up a the land we a meet. Heart of Jamaica, Kingston never sleep. It's like a place I've never been before. I've never been before. Me a talk about Jamaica. Me a talk about this sweet, sweet Jamaica. Like a place I've never been before. I've never been before. Me a talk about Jamaica. Me a talk about this sweet, sweet Jamaica. The place of land and food and water. Hey. The place where always sweet like talk about the sweet, sweet Jamaica, yeah, yeah, yeah. The place I never sleep, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Hey, welcome to Reflections with Clinton Lindsay. Glad you're able to join us, and I have a very special guest. I hope you will like my new hat. I love it. We're gonna, as usual, have a very interesting guest, and from there we're gonna take a look at the South Florida top 25 and the New York top 30. Before we get to our guest, let's take a quick break.
Don't worry about a thing, 'cause every little thing gonna be alright. Singing don't worry.
Okay, welcome back to Reflections. And as you know, we always try to get the best interesting guests. And we can't get any better right now with the man TC, right here from Flexx TV. Good afternoon, TC.
Good afternoon, Mr. Lindsay.
How you doing?
It's a pleasure to sit in this chair. It's a prize chair.
For me, it's always a pleasure to talk to someone like you, because you're young, you're growing in this business, and I think you are a reflection of the future of communications, entertainment, the music, all the things you are doing right now. So it's an eye opener for me to always talk to people like you, especially you.
You know, as a youth growing up, my moment, I think that where I get, it's not from school, it's not from church, it's from sitting down with the elders who I have gotten most of my knowledge from. And just hearing their testimonies of their journey that they walk. Like I would sit down with someone like you and hear you talk about, you know, the curves and the turns of youth as a youth growing up. I still sit and watch your show and listen to those testimony that you share. And I'm saying that this is not an easy road. For you to get where you're at, I would probably be on the outside looking in and saying, Mr. Lindsay got it made, you know what I mean? But
so you will know the struggle.
The fact that, you know, the hurdles you have to hurdle to get to where you are, to sit comfortable to do a show called Reflection and can reflect on, you know, the guests that you have and how instrumental you were behind. I was talking with someone just recently, and he said, Mr. Lindsay, I have to take off my hat to him, you know, because I said, that man have a heart of gold. And I'm saying, the same Mr. Lindsay who I listen to every Wednesday. The man said, when I go for my visa, them turn me down. And Mr. Lindsay turned to me and said, don't worry about it. I left you without you.
Oh, what know that?
Little John.
Little John, you were just 17.
young,
Yes,
and you were determined, and that are the stories that inspire me.
Right.
Stories.
And it's one thing to, it's not only to reach to this level, but to maintain and to stay effective after. I'm now starting my 47th year in this industry.
Wow.
And to be, I can tell you, I have so many colleagues that have retired, died, and you know, to be still people I started with 1975. Right?
1970. I was just about 4 years old at the time.
I started when I was 19, you know. So it's not just to be there, but to still be at an effective level where you can make changes in people's lives. And that's what I am thankful for. Now, one of the things I really want to talk to you about, and I was so impressed when I found out that you and your staff right here from Flexx TV had gone to Jamaica to do some work for the Jamaica Tourist Board,
Yes.
and you interviewed a tonload of celebrities,
So to speak.
so to speak.
Yes.
Tell us exactly how did this come about?
All right. So we have been working, you know, closely with the Jamaican Tourist Board executives for a while now in terms of, you know, they have this campaign called Come Back a Yard.
Come back here.
Yes. And they wanted the right people to be a part of this campaign. And they try to reach out to persons in like in New York, in Canada, in those places in the diaspora where you know, Jamaicans are and who have the attention and the ears of those persons. And you know, they choose Flexx TV, one because of reflections, again because
right.
they actually see that Tenny Miller Live, who always been talking with the politicians.
Right.
And you know, my show is a controversial show where I will talk to a politician here, but I'm not gonna ask I'm asking the in-depth question. Why is it that people not going back home to Jamaica? What is it that you are doing here as a politician?
You get out of the box.
Right, I come outside the box.
Okay.
So they have done their research on their end
Obviously.
and saying that we need these people to come back to be a part of this campaign.
Well, before you go any further, isn't that a way of endorsing what you're doing for them to research you and say, you know, because here in South Florida there are other entities that
Yes,
doing
the same thing, but again, they're doing it inside the box.
Ah,
We come outside the box. Like, for example, on my show, I'll always say, long before they even call us, I would keep saying, listen, if me work my hard-earned dollar, I am going to spend it back home in Jamaica. I am not going to France, I'm not going to Italy and all these places. Hence why I'm just only strengthening their economy. Them have problem like my country too. I've said before, I've never gotten a tattoo, but if I should get a tattoo, it would say made in Jamaica. And I think that's staple it.
Yes. So when you got the call
Yes.
from them now, what came to mind?
All right, so I thought that we were just gonna go down and we're going to do a couple shows from there, talk to a couple of persons who they have in mind for us to talk to. But it was a whole lot more than that. I never knew that we're gonna go to all these unseen places. For me, it's like being in Jamaica for the first time.
Wow.
And I was born and raised in Jamaica. So it was an eye-opener for me, and I'm quite sure it was also an eye-opener for the team as well.
And who were some of the members?
So we had Trisha Hines, we have Tenny Miller, we have Orville. I don't remember Orville's last name. You know,
Okay, what does he
shame on
do?
me.
And-
Orville is a part of the engineer aspect of it,
Oh, okay,
the
okay.
production. He's the one who actually, because I was in another country, so they got there, I think they got there either the Saturday or the Sunday before me. So he was the one that was technically behind all the technical aspect of it. And he did a very good job. When I got there, I just
You were ready to go.
We
were
had,
you allowed to carry your own equipment?
Yeah, we had to take our own equipments. We brought down the whole shebang. But what made this trip special than any other is we were in conjunction with another radio station that we're affiliated with here, which is WZOP. So on that trip, came with us was Miss Chin and Mikey Mike.
Those are two personalities
From
over by
WZOP.
Okay.
And then what happened now, so we fuse it with sight and sound.
Explain that.
Sight and sound in a sense where everyone in the Jamaica Tourist Board building were watching. But if you're here in South Florida, not only were you watching, if you were driving, you could have been able to listen to it on your car. Right, so we came up with that idea to fuse the two. So what we did was something that, because we know that the Jamaica Tourist Board have, you know, their promotional thing going on and then invite other stations from different countries.
Right.
But we want to do something, we wanted to do something different from the norm, so we came outside the box.
Right.
So we,
and that's your MO anyhow, to work outside
the box.
Right.
And you know, the collaboration bring more visual, more ears to the platform, and it was a pleasure for me walking through the Jamaica Tourist Board headquarters and seeing everybody on their cell phone and hearing the same thing that's going on, because they actually gave us a whole room to transform into a production room.
Nice, nice.
So we transformed that room. We were the only one who had access to that room. And when the guests were coming in, they said, no man, this room is too small. Because sometimes we're getting 2 or 3 guests at a time.
Right.
So they now want us to give us their boardroom. And the boardroom is probably like 30 square feet. That we have 30 square, a whole lot of space.
Were you the only South Florida based entity there at the time?
At that current time, beside Flexx TV and WCOP.
Flexx and
yes,
DOP.
Yes, we were the only.
So you
one.
were not just there for the Jamaica Tourist Board. You were also representing
South Florida. That's what we were doing.
That's a major responsibility, my youth.
You know, when it drive home, on the very last day, when we turn the camera off and we turn the mix off and we turn the lights off and we exhale and said, do anybody just realize what we just did? We literally fuse Florida, Jamaica, and the world in this week.
Yeah.
And we, in terms of, for example, someone was given away, because we talked to so many different representatives from different hotels, different chains of hotel, and the executive from there, whether it's the general manager or the CEO, they come down and them sit down and do an interview with us, promoting their hotel. That's what the tourist board was doing, promoting it. And while we were there talking with these individuals, and they were so marveled about what we're doing, they want us to come to spend a day or 2 at their establishment. And they were so pleased in a way, and I'm saying, you know what? Can I give away a night for 2 on here now? And Mr. Clinton so said, the question don't even shoot out yet, and the phone line start go crazy.
Nice.
And people start...
That show you the effectiveness.
Engaged, right.
And you have viewers and listeners just tuning in.
Crazy.
And that's what they want to know and see.
And so, therefore now, everybody come now want to give away something. And what I noticed is, after Mr. Clinton did his interview, he pulled us to the side and said, hey, I have a friend who have an excursion, and connect the phone immediately to this guy, and this guy said, you guys can come to Blue Mountain Peak, man, let us show you around the place.
Nice,
so
nice.
It's so much.
How long you been in existence?
Flexx?
Yes.
So since the old Flexx idea came to me while I was in my last year in college, and I was away in Canada doing a show, because I'm a DJ as well.
And for viewers, DJs,
me as a selector, right. And I was there doing a show, and I'm lying there and I said, what's the next phase after this? Because I'm the cold. I said, this promoter keep booking me in the winter time, and I never come here to Canada in the summertime. So I'm saying, what can I do separate and apart from this? Because I wanted to take 2 steps back from the whole DJ scene now. So I was saying, I'm going to go into streaming, because I was on the radio at the same time, a station 95.9, the big station. And so I said,
in Canada?
No, here.
Yeah, okay.
And I said, you know what? Let's do something like visual. So when I came back, I was talking to the proprietor for the station and said, how do you feel about going visual? I'm saying, nobody now go watch it, man, and think, man. People more engaged, listen, people would rather spend them commercial money on what they're hearing locally. So I'm saying now, trying to convince this individual, say, listen, a radio dial only have radios here, but the internet is unlimited.
Unlimited, so true.
Right, so I'm saying, let's do, all right, can we do both? And his focus was on that. So I said, you know what, all right, cool. My last year in college, I did an intern with 103.5 The Beat. And I was there. Yeah. And I'm there with my intern supervisor at the time. And he said to me, what your plan is when you leave college? And I said, well, I guess here's where I'm going to send my first resume. And him said, shut your computer down and let me take a walk. So we took a walk around the building. They have like probably 7 stations under the roof. They have Y100, they have this big country, they have the news station, right? And I'm like, most of the station him took me to, they were running automated. They were running, but there's no
I see where it's
DJs.
going now.
And him said, listen, this is where radio is going.
Yes,
This
yes.
is the direction that they're going into. Them save a lot of money
Yeah.
by just them
Doing
make more.
automation.
You're right. And them only will bring Mr. Lindsay, because Mr. Lindsay is a prime host. So at the time you would have like the Steve Harvey coming in the morning.
Yeah.
And they make more money from that syndicated show. He's in New York, them just syndicate him into Florida. And they
Or
make more
somebody
money.
has staff to run the commercial.
That's it.
So if you should sum it up, you're talking what, 6 years, less than 6 years in your
That was 2011. So we're talking about more than 6 years now. We're talking
But
about.
this entity now,
But this
as it
part,
is
right?
now, yeah.
This is about 4 year old. This entity part is about 4 year old.
TC, if you're talking about 4 years since this entity is
Yes.
built this way, and the Jamaica Tourist Board could see the potential where they would want you to come down, because you're feeling a big shoe right
It
there.
was a huge show.
You-
Let me explain. TVJ, CVM, what they were all doing on this big scale, we came down with 2 suitcases
That's what I'm saying.
and did that plus. We did that plus.
You talk about interviewing guests, and who are some of the people you were able to talk to?
Okay, so we talked to the general manager for The Rock. We talked with
The Rock is the
new
new
hotel in downtown Kingston.
Downtown Kingston.
Yes.
I remember I got a call. Was it the Friday or somewhere? And Trish just said The Rock. And I'm
Yes.
like, Rock? What?
They call it the R. Some people know it as the R.
The R.
Yes.
I've seen that. I've seen billboard on Facebook for the R. Is that the
Yes,
same
that's the
place?
same place.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
So it's ROC?
ROK.
ROK.
Yeah.
And that's in downtown
Down
Kingston,
in the
that
heart of
Ocean-
downtown, right? You know where Ocean View is? It's Ocean View now transforming to the Rock.
Oh, Ocean
Yes.
View Hotel, man.
Yes.
That's what they used to do. Dennis Brown and Friends.
Yes.
In the 90s.
Yes.
Okay,
So it's that
renovated.
renovated now, and it now look like a Millennium Hotel.
Nice. And is that near where Digicel has opened?
Right, as their big
building?
corporation building is down there. And a lot of persons, while we were there talking, they were saying that, Digicel had done something great by bringing their corporate
the
office, their
corporate
head
office,
office
yeah,
there.
right.
So now a whole lot of businesses start to renovate their place
Well,
now. Because we already know Grace Kennedy was there when Air Jamaica was
Jamaica was
around.
down there too.
That was
Right,
where they
right.
were. So it was, back in the days, one of those places where it's like an uptown.
But now they want to bring in that urban look and feel.
And Mr. Clinton, the work that is putting in. I know there's a whole lot more to be done, but while I was there, I can see the effort,
Right.
the transformation of the street. The
right.
street now
Nice,
is
nice.
properly paved,
Nice,
and
nice.
the painting, the artwork on the walls
Like the
coming
murals
in.
on the wall and stuff.
Yes.
Oh, nice.
So this just opened my eye to a whole lot of things, that Kingston is definitely one of a rich heritage of
Yes,
Jamaica
yes.
that tourists
Always been,
need to
always
come
been.
and see.
Always been. So let's get back to the people you're
Talking to.
Like,
So I talk with some of the executives for the hotels, and we talk with a whole lot of artists. And
give us some names, brother.
the artists we talk with, first, let me start with Oliver Samuels, one of Jamaican pride and joy in film.
Yeah.
And, it was such a comedic hour having him on set.
I'm sure
and
you
we
got
were
you up
at-
a few times.
I supposed to be holding a camera, and they keep off a switch on my camera because it can't keep still.
Yeah, he's like that. He's
And
very
that-
spontaneous.
And that day we were hosting those interviews from Devon House.
Some Devon House.
Yeah, they have a suite called the Honorable Edward Siaga Suite.
Okay.
Nice place. And it was the stream was we broadcast from there. So on that day we spoke with Oliver Samuel, we spoke with Tony Rebel.
Tony Rebel.
Yes,
Rebel
from Rebel
coming
Salute.
out.
And we talk about Rebel Salute, and we talk about what's new for Rebel Salute, and he brought his daughter with him.
Yes.
And it seems like what I've noticed, a trend now, like you know, these artists now are getting their family more involved.
Yeah, kind of have to leave it to somebody.
Yes.
We're not gonna be around forever.
And she was so knowledgeable of the whole concert and the production. So we had both of them on set, and we actually have a decent reasoning in terms of Rebel Salute now, Rebel Salute then, now, and where it's going.
So my big question to you, did you get an invite?
Yes, we actually get an invite for Rebel Salute. We got an invite to the press.
The press
party that they're gonna have. So normally most big event have a press party and so forth. So we got an official invite to the press party in November, and then in January then is the actual event, and it's gonna be for 2 days.
Nice. For someone who has been involved with it, not internally, but I've been involved with Tony Rebel on it for years and years. This is an opportunity that you should take and make the best of.
Yes.
Because when you talk about international audience, at Rebel Salute and international press, that's where you want to be. Once you
in
get
the mix
into that,
of all of that.
go. Make sure you carry enough business cards.
Yes.
so you spoke with Tony Rebel. Who else did you talk to?
We talked with Tanya Stevens.
Oh,
and it was
a female right now.
The female that have the #1 song on the chart here in South Florida right now too. And I'm telling you that she have a belt of knowledge of the business, and she have so much to speak to when it comes on to young girl, not only coming up in the business, but the young female on a whole. I think that she could be an ambassador for young women.
As a matter of fact, the record company just sent me confirmation that her album, Some Kind of Madness, has been submitted for a Grammy.
Yes?
Yes.
Man, I'm applauding
I just got that news like 2 days ago.
I'm applauding that. Hopefully she can
make it in the top 6. But that album, very good album. And they also have, as a matter of fact, Tags Records.
Yes.
They also submitted the Dean Fraser, Ernie Ranglin.
Yes.
And also Ezran.
Oh,
Man
wow.
and a Mission.
Those are some solid songs that have
good albums for
Grammy nomination quality.
Yes. So I wish them the best.
And I wish Tanya the best, too. You know what I mean? And I applaud her for what she's doing and continuing.
Was she, she can be a bit rough in interviews, Were you able to?
Oh, man, I think probably because this time now we're in Ocho at the Jamaica Inn.
So what are they? First you were down at the Rock, then you mentioned Devon House, and now, so you were around Jamaica?
We were going all around Jamaica.
Jamaica Tourist Board, that's right.
Yes.
Okay, that's a...
So,
man, no, I'm sorry, I wasn't doing that. You were all over Jamaica?
All over Jamaica. And then on our itinerary, we were supposed to be heading all the way west. So it's from east to west.
Oh,
and then we haven't touched certain part like Portland and Port Maria, those here in St. Mary, and we haven't gone to the south side like St. Elizabeth.
Yeah, they have that place over on the south side. That is, I mean the entire island of Jamaica.
Right, but however, it's a campaign that the Jamaica Tourist Board have us on their agenda to come to complete those other places.
Right, and Tanya was a good interviewer.
Very good. And she wasn't. It was early in the morning, so we had breakfast, and then we get into the interview. And even after the interview, she stayed like probably 3 hours with us, just liming.
What?
Yeah, just liming. We're there talking.
She like what she saw.
She love it. She love it.
Tanya's not gonna stick around.
No.
She will do her obligation.
Yes.
Do the interview
and then just leave. And worse, it was her hometown. She probably just gone a long time. No, she stick around with us.
Like what she saw.
And we do some photo props and stuff. And we talk with the executive for Jamaica Inn, by the way. I didn't even know that's
Inn.
Yeah, that was where James Bond and did his thing, and Marilyn Monroe suite. That's where they transformed for us to do our production.
Nice.
So they gave us the suite,
right.
And it was beautiful. We have a little snippets that we did a collage, and the suite was.
And I'm sure maybe we'll find room within
the show,
space within Reflection.
Yes, I'm telling you.
What people can get Oh man, no, I feel like, oh man. So let me ask you this. Oh, before we move away, you did talk to Little John.
Little John
yeah,
was,
tell us about that.
man, it was a very interesting interview, getting to know Little John, the man,
Yes.
not the musician,
the
man.
John.
And he brought his little son with him, and you can see he's a chipper of the block.
Well, yes,
just the same.
like him.
And he's a family man, and he's a man that, you know, is a guy who will look out for people
Yes.
as well. And I can't tell you the respect that he have for you, Mr. Lindsay. It's just, you know, it's like Mr. Lindsay is a father to this man.
Did he tell you I was the first man to bring him America?
The man, so when him said, listen, I went to the embassy to get my visa, Mr. Lindsay came and them turned me down the first time, and Mr. Lindsay said, I'm not leaving here without you. And so right there, I'm saying to myself, Mr. Lindsay have a heart of gold. And at that time, you know, I can imagine now the powers that you have now. Then you are creating that.
Right.
And the determination ends why every artist see the need to cling to Mr. Lindsay, because if we need a way out, I think this is our way out. Cling with Mr. Lindsay. It was a very, very, very good conversation.
What have you learned from this experience?
I have learned that there is so many places back home in Jamaica that we haven't seen, even though I was born and raised there. And I've learned that and I've yet to see an argument while I was there. Now, if we follow the tabloids from Jamaica, I realized that in order for likes and views, you have to report on the negatives.
Yes.
Nobody is reporting something I saw with my two eyes while I was there one night. We finished broadcast and I was in my room and I heard this loud, like some fun thing going on a speaker. So I moved the curtain and I looked down, and there was this individual doing a karaoke with homeless people.
Oh my goodness.
And nobody, and I said, this is what we should take our cameras out to see. Now this is a place where the homeless people like they gather, and he brought his karaoke machine and mic and set a little thing, and people passed by and the crowd just stood there, and it was just merely guests laughing, and he's like, so wait, so I want a cheer for the man but I not cheer for the woman. And you know, it was just fun, and I saw that and I'm saying to myself, you see, if the tabloids pick this up and promote this,
the likes not gonna be there.
No,
not
it's
many
not.
of them gonna be.
But
it leaves up to people like you to really carry that image out. In terms of going back, are you now a part of the foreign representative
for the Jamaica Tourist Board? We are officially now a part of that group that they rely on the diaspora to get the message out here, because apparently they had other persons that, you know, they used to turn to, but the result wasn't as even a pinch of what they have gotten here, because now they have gotten for their personal archive pictures of Little John, Leroy Dan Smart.
You had
Man, it was crazy.
You went all out.
This guy was this guy had he had Little John singing. He had Little John. And turn the mic off.
No. Leroy is a challenge. You talk about Tanya.
No, Leroy
is a challenge. Leroy.
Man, we have the footage.
Yes.
And it's, even when watching it back, you can't help but laugh.
Yeah, that's Leroy. I mean,
and Miss Jamaica too.
Miss Jamaica.
I shouldn't forget her now. Yeah, she was, I'm telling you, she's going to go places representing Jamaica. She's going to be a true ambassador for Jamaica. Well spoken and, you know, well put together. And she's just so humble. And she'll take a picture with just any guest that come up.
Nice. And that's what, you know, wearing that sash and being Miss Jamaica. I mean, you represent Jamaica, you know, with so many different, you know, out of many we are one, all the different cultures.
Yes.
People. So we are looking forward. I am looking forward for you to be at Rebel Salute.
Yes, we'll be covering Rebel Salute. I can tell you that this outlet here, Flexx TV, will be covering Rebel Salute.
Nice. All right, so listen, I am just so proud of you, and I'm so happy to be a part of this entity, this outlet. Because you know I've never done TV. And when you guys say, Mr. Lindsay, come on in, I still, but I'm told that even by strangers, well, Mr. Lindsay, you made for TV. And I'm like, yeah, sure, buddy. No.
You are.
But
You surely are.
I'm glad that you all make me very comfortable. And my producer, Trish, there is like, she makes me very comfortable.
I'm happy.
Good things happen to good people.
Yes.
Good things happen to good people. And you guys are good people. So, congratulations.
Thanks, Mr. Lindsay.
Like I said, make use of this opportunity.
Mr. Lindsay, let me take the time to say this. Thank you, because while we were there and we wanted to add a little spice and herb to it, because the Jamaica Tourist Board had the executives from the hotel chains around Jamaica to be a part of this. The artists section is what we say, let's add this, because this is a part of our culture that tourists also come to Jamaica for.
Yes.
There's only one name we could have think of. When Trisha and Mikey Mike come together and they said, yo, call Mr. Lindsay. Because Mr. Lindsay had probably direct contact to those on the grounds here. Because I was probably thinking that Mr. Lindsay, probably if we were in Florida, and once they call you, the 876 number, them just start ringing our phone. So apparently you were here making those necessary contacts.
I made a few contacts,
and I appreciate that.
Yeah, man. I mean, you know, remember I'm part of your team now, and
Yes.
I might be up there in age and so on. I still want to be relevant to the industry.
Relevant indeed you were.
And wherever I can just pick up a phone and call, I'm more than willing to do that. So my brethren, good luck, congratulations.
Pleasure, and thank you again.
You're welcome.
All
right, the man TC. And I'm so happy that, you know, good things are happening to Flexx TV. We're going to take a break, and when we come back, it's going to be TC doing the top 25 Florida chart. I'll be back in a while.
It's that time of year. It's tax time. Do you know where to get your taxes done? Don't worry. Blair's Management Tax and Accounting Services is the place for you. This is Nigel Blair. With over 26 years of experience in the tax and accounting field, we have what it takes to prepare your taxes the right way and to make sure you take advantages of all your tax deduction and all your tax credits and get you back the maximum amount of refunds possible. So don't delay. Call us today at 954-934-5700. That's 954-934-5700.
Come make me tell you about the things them way I want, sir. Back in the days when the dancehall used to warm, sir. When Clinton Lindsay used to bust them, make them want, sir. Whole heap of artists, Clinton bring come up and me.
Good afternoon and welcome to Reflections with Clinton Lindsay. Now, it's that time to count down the 25 most played songs here in South Florida. Now here's a look at your top 25.
We do have some brand new entries to the chart this week. Checking in at number 25, Bless Me Still by Derek Scott. Checking in at the number 24 spot, a brand new entry by Gramps Morgan. It's called Butterfly. Another new entry at the number 23 position, In Case You Didn't Know by Anthony Malvo. Here is another new entry at the number 22 position, Fall in Love by Ginger. Number 21, Let Me Please You by Novelty and Peter G. Number 20, Loyalty by Mikey General. Checking in at the number 19 position, Reverse the Curse by Richie Stevens. This song peak position was number 1 for 4 weeks in a row. Number 18, Collyweed by the ATF Band. This song peak position was number 2. Checking in at the number 17 spot, Original Culture, DJ Brigadier Jerry. And number 16 this week, Brown Eyes by Leroy Sibbles. Number 15 on the chart, Grown Woman by Upton Linda with Peter G. Number 14,
Missing You by Sunshade. Checking in at the number 13 spot, Kingston Traffic by Naomi Cowan. Number 12, Save the Children by Hezron. Number 11, Troublemaker by Lati Gozeng. And now, here's a look at the 10 most played song on the South Florida Top 25 Reggae Chart Countdown. After spending 6 weeks on the chart, last week this song registered at the number 13 position, moved 3 places up the chart to be your number 10 song this week. It's Always and Forever by Leroy Dan Smart on the WWS record label.
Always and forever, each moment with you is just like a dream to me. That somehow came true, yeah. And I know tomorrow will still be the same. We got a life of love that won't ever change, girl.
Last week, this song checked in at the number 10 spot, moved 1 place up the chart to be your number 9 song this week, Every Day of My Life by Robert French on the MRE Productions record label.
I kiss it just a kiss when I'm with somebody else. You don't know how I miss having you to myself. A total different world with you all the way out there. Too long has been the wait. Add a little brother when you bring my share. Every day of my life will be I just loving you. Spend the rest of my life always I just loving you.
After spending 9 weeks on the chart, last week this song registered at the number 8 spot, still holding down the number 8 position. We're talking about Love About You by Papason on the beloved group Music record label.
The roses no red and the violets no blue, and some use them tongue and chop me into you, make everything new. That me love about you, what that me love about you, what that me love about you. When some come me out 5, 4, 3, 2, say me not go make it, me not know what me a do. You increase my revenue. That me love about you, that me love about you, what that me love about you.
This next song has been in the chart for 17 weeks. Last week it checked in at the number 1 spot, moved 6 places down the chart to be your number 7 song. I'm talking about Don't Do It by Upton Lindo, Marcia Griffiths and Freddie McGregor on the Ira Penn Records label. Here's one to watch. This song has been in the chart for 7 weeks. Last week it registered at the number 9 spot, moved 3 places up the chart to be your number 6 song this week. It's guaranteed to move. Hey, wait! The song is called Guaranteed by Christopher Martin on the VP record label.
She's so nice. Love how she no fussy, she's just living her life. She tell me that she wants to go to country tonight. She wants to see where I'm from, she wants to go for a ride. The next day we go I'll shop, going screechy. We had a food and then we sit down and I easy till she hear the music. I'm fling her shoulder to how she go and who that thinks that she a rave. Boy, when you are partying with, a good time is guaranteed.
This song has been in the chart for 10 weeks. Last week it registered at the number 6 spot, moved 1 place up the chart to be your number 5 song this week. It's Close to You by Marcia J. Ball on the Project 9 Production record label.
Why two birds suddenly appear every time you are near? Just like me, they long to be close to you.
Here's a steady mover. Last week, this song registered at the number 5 spot, moved one place steadily up the chart to be your number 4 song this week. It's Don't Let Her Take by Empress Unique with Luthen Fire on the Bright Beam record label.
Let me tell you something, my boy. Speak your mind, treat me right, I'll be good to you. For a love like mine's you'll never find. No matter where you go, so don't let her take you away from me.
After spending 11 weeks on the chart, last week this song hold down the number 4 position, moved one place up the chart to be your number 3 song this week. It's Plain Money Games by Terry Linen on the Todd's record label.
We can't take the stress with you and money, cause only when you're broke you call man honey. You get your wagga wagga and your flash and dunny. You paying for hype and fame. Me give you money last week up a Whitehall, and as me wake this morning, me see you miss call. Your voice don't leak like you're in a mall. You playing money games.
I'm telling you, you should watch out for this. This song has been on the chart for 12 weeks. Last week it checked in at the number 3 spot, moved one place up the chart to be your number 2 song this week. It's 50 by Tanya Stevens and Patra on the Todd's record label.
If you think we're bad, no. Tell them, son. Who you tell me that 50? They won't see you old a big woman, you're so frisky. Want a body when I keep a Dixie. But when me sober, worse when me tipsy. And if you think we're bad, no. Wait till you see our.
And now, here's your number 1 song for this week on the South Florida Top 25 Reggae Chart Countdown. After spending 16 weeks on the chart, last week this song hold down the number 2 spot, moved one place up the chart to be your number 1 song. It is Ain't No Love in the Heart of the City by Ambalik on the Heavy Beat record label.
Ain't no love in Kingston City. There ain't no love in the country towns. There ain't no love, and it's sure not from pity. City ain't no love, nowhere to be found. Not long ago, everything was so good. Caught your lovely love, this old neighborhood. Now it's all gone. Say the sun don't shine from the city hall to the county line. That's why I say ain't no love in Kingston City.
There you have it. Number 1 for the second week in a row. Mr. Ambalik with a song entitled Ain't No Love in the Heart of the City. Congratulations, my brother. Stick and stay with us. We'll be right back with the Foundation Radio Network Top 30 Reggae Chart Countdown. Thank you so very much. Now it's time to look at the Foundation Radio Network Top 30 Reggae Chart Countdown. We have some brand new entry on the chart this week. Coming in at number 30, a brand new entry by Leroy Sibbles. It's called Brown Eyes. Number 29, Ali Baba by George Nooks. Coming in at number 28, another new entry, Original Song by One Veteran. Sanchez. Number 27 this week, Fade Away by Kabaka Pyramid featuring Buju Banton, Junior Biles. Number 26, Butterfly by Crumbs Morgan. Checking in at number 25 this week, Should I by Donna V. Number 24, Delilah by Richard Stevens. Checking in at number 23, In Case You Didn't Know by Anthony Malvo. Number 22, For Tonight by D Major. Number 21 this week, Don't Let Her Take by Empress Unique featuring Luther Fire. Number 20, Africa by Timmy Love. Checking in at number 19 position, Original by Culture, DJ Brigadier Jerry. Number 18, Butter Bread by Michael Rose. Checking in at number 17 spot, Don't Play Me by Sugar. Number 16 this week, The Mood by Busy Signal. Number 15, Kingston Traffic by Naomi Cohen. This song peak position was number 3. Number 14 on the chart, The Tide Is High by Julian Marley. This song peak position was number 2. Number 13, Save the Children by Ezron. Checking in at the number 12 spot, Every Day of My Life by Robert French. Number 11, Glory to His Name by Turbulence. And now, here's a look at the 10 most played songs on the Foundation Radio Network Top 30 Reggae Chart Countdown. After spending 8 weeks on the chart last week, this song registered at the number 12 spot. Moved 2 places up the chart to be your number 10 song this week. It's Guaranteed by Christopher Martin on the VP Records label.
I'm a girl bougie, but she's so nice. Love her, she no fussy, she's just living her life. She tell me that she wants to go to country tonight. She wants to see where I'm from, she wants to go for a ride. Next day we go Isle Shop, Bowling Screechy. We had a food and then we sit down and I easy till she hear the music. I'm fling her shoulder to how she gone and who that say she a raver. Oh, when you are far with me, a good time is guaranteed. Fill up your vibes and get tired. Tonight we are going to touch a party.
Last week, this song registered at the number 10 spot. Moved 1 place up the chart to be your number 9 song this week. It's Love About You by Papa San on the beloved group Music record label.
When the rose is no red and the violets no blue, and some use them tongue and chop me into you, make everything new. That me love about you, what that me love about you, what that me love about you. When some count me out 5, 4, 3, 2, say me not go make it, me not know what me a do. You increase my revenue. That me love about you, that me love about you, what that me love about you.
After spending 8 weeks on the chart, last week this song registered at the number 9 spot. Moved 1 place up the chart to be your number 8 song this week. It is Plain Money Games by Terry Linen on the Tots record label.
Can't take the stress with you and money, cause only when you broke you call man honey. You get the wagga wagga and you floss and donny. You pay it for hype and fame. Me give you money last week up a Whitehall, and as me wake this morning, me see you miss call. Your voice don't leak like you're the in a mall. You playing money games.
Last week this song registered at the number 3 spot. Moved 4 places down the chart to be your number 7 song this week. It's Missing You by Sunshade.
Girl, what did I say to make you mad?
Say to make you mad.
Girl, what did I do to make you sad? Tell me, baby. Girl, what did I do to make you blue? Tell me, darling. See, I can't believe that we are through.
This song has been on the chart for 16 weeks. Last week it registered at the number 2 spot. Moved 4 places down the chart to be your number 6 song this week. It's Don't Do It by Upton Lindo, Marcia Griffiths, and Freddie McGregor on the Ira Penn's record label.
Oh,
song has been on the chart for 17 weeks. It has spent 8 weeks out of that 17 at the number 1 spot. Last week it was number 1. Moved 4 places down the chart to be your number 5 song this week. I'm talking about Reverse the Curse by Richard Stevens on the Boom Rich Productions record label.
Everybody sing along now. Reverse the curse to where it's coming from. Turn it back as fast as you can. 'Cause Father God, you know their malicious intentions. So send it back to center and mash up their plans.
Last week, this song registered at the number 6 spot. Moved 2 places up the chart to be your number 4 song this week. I'm talking about Loyalty by Mikey General on the Reality Shock Music record label.
Loyalty is such a rarity. Can't even get it from your family. Cause when the pot starts simmer, it's all about the glamour and the glitter. Loyalty is now a novelty. That's why I'm put my trust in the Almighty. Cause when it all boils down, only Jah will be around.
After spending 13 weeks on the chart, last week this song registered at the number 5 spot. Moved 2 places up the chart to be your number 3 song this week. It is Ain't No Love in the Heart of the City by Amber League on the Heavy Beat record label.
Ain't no love in Kingston City. There ain't no love in the country towns. There ain't no love and it's sure not from pity. City ain't no love, nowhere to be found.
This song has been in the chart for 14 weeks. Last week it registered at the number 4 spot. Moved 2 places up the chart to be your number 2 song this week. It is Leroy the Don Smart with Always and Forever on the WWS Records label.
Always and forever, each moment with you is just like a dream to me that somehow came true, yeah. And I know tomorrow will still be the same. We got a life of love that won't ever change, girl. Every day, love be your own special way. Melts all my heart away with a smile.
And now, here's a look at your number 1 song for this week on the Foundation Radio Network Top 30 Reggae Chart Countdown. After spending 9 weeks on the chart, this song registered at the number 7 spot last week. Moved 7 places up the chart to be your number 1 song this week is Tanya Stevens and Patra with 50. All courtesy of Todd's record label.
From before we teach, before we full out the fruitities, before we put price with kidney beats, before we have a chance in our wildest screens, and when we touch 20, have a little money but we never have plenty. Couldn't afford to buy car so we rent it. You know we would have get if we didn't it. Forward over 30, and every chatty mouth a call we flirty. No matter how much time them call we dirty, still have a fit 25 where you work it.
There you have it. 50 has never looked and sound that good by Tanya Stevens and Patra. 2 great in the business. I've got the opportunity to speak with Tanya Stevens over the weekend last week in Jamaica, especially there in Ocho Rios, and I'm telling you, trust me, no, you think she didn't ready then? She already know. When she say, are you not ready for this yet? I really talk. You think you're ready for her yet?
Trust me. Tanya Patra, 50. #1 right here on the Foundation Radio Network, top 30 reggae chart countdown. Ladies and gentlemen, while you continue to watch Flexx TV, we will continue to reflect with Mr. Clinton Lindsay. Thank you for watching Reflections.
Okay, thank you very much, TC, for counting down the South Florida top 25 and the New York top 30. And that's how we're going to end today's program, Reflections, with Clinton Lindsay. And my special guest also, the man TC, and good luck with your relationship with the Jamaica Tourist Board. Until next week, same time, same space, join us again right here on Flexx TV with Reflections with Clinton Lindsay. Enjoy the rest of the week. Bye-bye.
Yeah, natural vibration, you know. It's like a mystic, yeah, sweet, sweet mystic, yeah. Hey. It's like I'm at a place that I've never been before. Never been before. Talk about Jamaica. Talk about the sweet, sweet Jamaica.
Alright, so we're actually heading to the most honorable Edward Seaga suite. I guess this is a home, the original home. Then I think this is a historical part of Devon that nobody comes to be honest with you. That's Trisha Haynes.
At a place that I've never been before. Never been before. Talk about Jamaica. Talk about the sweet, sweet Jamaica.
A black woman out of a little island like Jamaica would have been so powerful. Yes, in Shakespearean land, the English productions. Yes. And she was just marvelous.
Talk about the islands, this is the place where Jaja seal Iman. And me a talk about Jamaica, the island, the place where birth many great and wise man. You ever stroll through Portland, Blue Lagoon, Beach Falls and a choke man. Sunshine, pretty beach with the white sand. And it's the nature in earth preserve Iman. Fruits in abundance, it does try man. I've never been before. I've never been before. Me a talk about Jamaica. Me a talk about the sweet, sweet Jamaica. At a place that I've never been before. I've never been before. Me a talk about Jamaica. Me a talk about the sweet, sweet Jamaica. Full of history, but fountain the healing mystery. The rich heritage of Marcus Garvey. And reggae falls where they way up in the mountain. And we are drink the water coming from your fountain.
I love it. I love it a lot. Ain't nothing like being back home. Trust and believe me.
Coconut water wash out the heart. Sweet, sweet sugarcane, mango and melon. Them the things there, Jaja put on the land. Jamaica stands strong. It's like a place I've never been before. I've never been before. Me a talk about Jamaica. Me a talk about the sweet, sweet Jamaica. Like a place I've never been before. I've never been before. Me a talk about Jamaica. Me a talk about the sweet, sweet Jamaica. Me a fit about Kingston. More love than them, more than big gun. Like a deep place where them clean full of wisdom. Hustle in a day when a night say a beer fun. In a the streets a the vibes feel sweet. Nobody now fuss, everybody does agree. Stage like them a set up a the land we a meet. Heart of Jamaica, Kingston never sleep. It's like a place I've never been before. I've never been before. Me a talk about Jamaica. Me a talk about this sweet Jamaica. Like a place I've never been before. I've never been before. Me a talk about sweet Jamaica. The place of land of food and water. Hey. The place where always sweet like fiber. Hey. Jamaica, we talk about the sweet, sweet Jamaica, yeah, yeah. The place where never sleep, yeah, yeah, yeah.